Hi everyone, my name's Lindy Ray. I want to thank y'all for stopping by my channel. Today we're going to be making this carved wood grain geode. It's really fun to make, so I hope some of y'all will try this. For your supplies, you're going to need your cup. You can do any size you want. This one was a 20-ounce skinny. This is a 32-ounce slim. They're both from Hog. This one has been sanded and washed and it's ready for its base coat. If you need a tutorial on how to prep your cup, just let me know and I'll do a quick video for that for y'all. You're going to be needing whatever color you want for your base coat. I'm going to be using Rust-Oleum metallic paint and primer. I'm going to be burnishing, doing the tack it method with Loctite. Try and match your base coat to your glitter. That way if you miss any spots, it'll help it to blend in. So that's going to be for our first step. For our next step, you're going to need white spray paint. I'm using this one again. I'm doing 3 layers of spray paint. So that one, and then also black. You're going to need your alcohol inks. I use caramel, butterscotch, and espresso. You don't have to use 3 colors. If you already have colors that you like to do for your wood grains, go ahead and use those, but these are the ones that I use. You're going to need your brushes for your alcohol inks. I just use a chip brush from Walmart. You're also going to need some black alcohol ink, and that's to fill in our wood carving. It helps it to just pop a little bit more. And you'll need a small bristle brush. You want a fairly stiff bristle, and that's to put the black ink on our wood carving. Okay, you're also going to want Kamar varnish. You don't have to use this. You can just use regular clear spray, but I like using this for my alcohol inks because it doesn't turn them green like the other sprays do. And you're going to need triple thick. You're also going to need, if you're going to follow the design, you're going to need some stickers. I got these at Walmart for 97 cents. I recommend 2 to 3 packs. So that way you know you have enough. And for the wood carving part, you're going to do it while your epoxy is still wet, but almost dry. So you want to do it while it's thick and still a little tacky, and you're going to carve into it. So I just use one of these crochet hooks that I got for some dot art that I did, but a regular toothpick will work just fine. That's what I used the first few times I did this. So if you have a toothpick, that'll work great. Anything with a sharp point or a blunt point on it like this will work. So alright, so I think that's everything. So I already have my cup, like I said, sanded. So I'm going to go spray the base paint on it and let it dry, and then we will come back and we will apply our glitter. So now there's our hollow. with that pretty rainbow. I love this color. It's got all the fall colors in it, so it's going to go really well with the design of the cup. So we're done with this step, so our next step is going to be epoxy. So let me get set up for that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the cup on the turner. I forgot to tell y'all that I sealed my glitter with clear spray. Some people do, some people don't, but I prefer to seal mine, even though it's on there with Loctite and it's all the excess is rubbed off. I just don't want to take any chance of it moving while I'm putting my epoxy on. So I went ahead and clear coated mine. You can use triple thick, you can use clear spray, whatever you usually use is fine. Okay, so with faux resin, I know that I can let it spin for 4 hours and take it off. It's set enough to where I can take it off my turner and put it on my drying rack. So I'm going to let it spin 4 hours, but after about 3 hours, in about 3 hours, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do my carving. Between 2.5 and 3 hours. And like I said, the first time you do it, your epoxy is going to try and fill that space in and level itself back out. So I come back every 30 minutes until the 4 hours is up, and if I have to trace over it again, then I do. But after about that 4 hours, I can't do anymore. It's set up enough to where I can't do anything. So I'm going to come back in about I'm going to check it in 2.5 hours, and I will bring y'all back on so y'all can see how I do it. Okay, so the cup's been spinning. It's been about 3 hours. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our carving. So I'm going to try and get in here and keep y'all in frame. And you can make it as big or as small as you need it to be. And it's okay if you're not like an excellent drawer. When somebody carves into a tree with a knife, it's not going to be perfect. So this doesn't have to be perfect. So right now, I know it's hard for y'all to see, I'm just carving a little arrow going through my heart. Trying to keep the lines straight. And I'm going to do my letter I. Just remember, if you're following the design, we're going to have leaves up here. So try not to make it go too high. And then I'm just going to put the letter U. So my epoxy's already thickened up. And I don't think it's going to try and fill itself in because it's already setting up, but I will come back and check it in 30 minutes. And if I have to just go over it again, I will. And as soon as it's dry and ready to go on to the next step, we will do our spray paint over the top. Good morning, everyone. It is day 2 and cup is all dry. I don't know if you can see the carving in it, but we are getting ready to spray paint it, so you'll be able to see it a lot better. So first I'm going to spray it with, oh, wrong. First I'm going to spray it with black. Then I'm going to spray it with the brown, with the burnished amber. And then we are going to do the white on top of all that. And the white helps your wood grains to pop more. Because if you were to do it over something like this, you wouldn't really be able to see it. But this will help it stand out more. So I'm going to go get this spray painted. I'm going to let it dry, and then we will be back and we will get started on our wood grain. Alright everyone, so the cup's been spray painted and it's all dry, and you can see that carving a lot better now. So there's my letter I, and then the heart with the arrow going through it, and then U, and then my decal will be on the opposite side. So when you're doing your rubbings, when you're rubbing off your spray paint, just keep in mind where your decal is going to go, and whether you want it to be on top of your glitter or your spray paint or a mixture of both. Just keep that in mind. Alright, so we're gonna when I first started, what I would do was I would do my wood grain first, and then I would rub everything off. But when I do that, I would notice that the alcohol inks would stain the epoxy. So what I've started doing is rubbing off my spots first and then doing my wood grain. So that's what I'm gonna do with y'all today. You're gonna need a cloth, and I just use an old cut up t-shirt. It works great. And you're gonna need your alcohol, and these little pump bottles, I just got them from the Dollar Tree. They work really well. They hold my acetone and my alcohol, and they work really well. So we are going to get started. Let me grab my glasses real quick. Okay, so I got some spots rubbed off. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our wood grain. It looks messy. I know. It looks very messy, but alcohol ink is going to cover all that up. Alright, so now, first color, butterscotch. Okay, so there's the butterscotch. Now we are going to use, oh, I forgot my bottom. Don't forget your bottom. Alright. So now we're going to move on to caramel. And I'm just using the same brush. Alrighty guys. There it is with the caramel again. Don't forget your bottom. So I'm going to let this dry for about an hour or so, because we did put a lot of layers on it. And oh wait, there's one more thing we got to do first. Okay, don't forget your bottoms. Make sure you get all your, if you have any white spray paint left on there, make sure you try and get that as best as you can. Alright, So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill in our wood carving. So you're going to need your pitch black and your small, fairly stiff brush. And I just drop a couple of drops into a medicine cup. You're not going to need that much. And then you're just going to fill in your letters. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so I know that looks really like bam in your face, but the espresso is gonna tone it down. And so I'm gonna let it dry, and then I am going to spray it with my Kamar varnish. So once that is dry, then we will come back and we will put our espresso on. The reason we're sealing this first is because we don't want this black to come off. So if we were to go over this right now with our espresso, it would just rub all this black away. And we need this black there to help this stand out more. So that's why we want to seal over this first. So once the Kamar varnish is dry, I will be back and we will put on our espresso. Okay everyone, so the cup has been spray painted with the Kamar varnish. So our next color is going to be espresso, and again I'm just going to use the same brush that I've been using. Okay guys, so there it is with the espresso on it. I missed a spot there, but I kind of like the way it looks. It just gives it more texture. Same with right there. Just makes it look more like tree bark to me. So I'm just gonna leave it. And there's the bottom. So since we put another layer of alcohol ink over this, I'm gonna spray it again with the Kamar varnish. If you're using regular clear spray, go ahead and use that. Just seal your ink. You want to make sure you seal your alcohol ink before you put epoxy on it, because the epoxy could basically just wipe some of your ink away. It could move your ink. So you want to make sure you seal it. So I'm going to go seal this with the Kamar varnish, and then we're going to come back and we're going to put our stickers on. Alright, so the cup has been sprayed with another coat of Kamar varnish. So I'm going to put my decal on. My cup is nice and smooth, so I don't need a coat of epoxy. But if you don't feel comfortable putting this, if you're new to this and you don't feel comfortable, I mean, because you have to be careful, because you got to make sure that you get it right the first time, because if you try and pull the decal up, you could pull all this up. So I mean, you could always do a very light coat of epoxy over this before you do your decal, but I feel comfortable enough going ahead and putting the decal on right now. So that is what I'm going to do. There it is. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to spray the whole thing with triple thick to try and just seal these stickers. And then our next step is epoxy. So we're almost done, guys. So I will be back shortly. All right, everyone, we're ready for epoxy. So I've got my epoxy all stirred up already. All right, let's get this thing turning. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna let this spin for its 4 hours. Good morning, everyone. So here's the cup, all done. I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. And I hope that some of y'all will try this. You don't need any extra supplies. It's one extra little step that you do while your cup is on the turner. I mean, if you've been doing this a while, then most of y'all have done the wood grain, and you've done the geode, and you've applied stickers and decals, so you know how to do all that. So this is just one tiny little extra step. So I hope that some of y'all will try this. And I hope that y'all will stick with me and come back and subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and click on that little bell, and it will let you know when my next tutorial is coming out or is out. And I have some more videos planned for y'all, so hopefully I can get another one out for y'all in about a week. If you have any comments or feedback, I would love to read them. If you have any techniques that you would like for me to try, I will try them on here for y'all to see. I am not an expert. I have not tried everything, but I will try it for y'all. And if it works, awesome. If it doesn't, then you'll know what not to do. So yeah, stick with me, and thank you again for watching. Y'all have an awesome day.